Hey everyone, welcome to the video. If you're watching this video, you are probably interested in staking Wonderland. So we're on the Wonderland's main website here, wonderland.money. Make sure that's correct, very important. And we can see the current APY is 77,000%, which is insane. So I'm going to show you why that's not a scam, it's not a Ponzi, and how you can actually get that APY. Let's look at the docs real quick. And let's learn just a tiny bit about Wonderland before we get started actually using it. So what is Wonderland? Well, it's a fork of the Olympus DAO protocol, which is on the Ethereum mainnet. The difference is that Wonderland is on the Avalanche network, which has a lot lower fees and allows for some cool stuff because of those low fees. So anything I'm saying about Wonderland is most likely true with Olympus DAO and vice versa, because it's a fork. Most things are going to be the same. There are some subtle differences, but I'll talk about those later. So how do we use Wonderland? Well, the main way most people use it is they get a token called Time. Time is issued by Wonderland. And what you can do with Time is stake it, which means basically putting it into the smart contract and letting it sit there. And every 8 hours, they do something called a rebase. So for everyone who has staked Time, they've put their time in a contract, in the smart contract. Every 8 hours, those people get rewarded with more time. So the quantity of your time will increase, okay? And that's why staking gives you that huge APY, because you're getting more time. So you're getting more money and it's compounding and it's exponential. And so that's why that APY is so huge, because towards the end of the year, you're gonna have compounded on all the other days in the year. So those last few weeks or whatever are gonna be huge returns because it's gonna be compounding, okay? So hopefully that made sense. If it didn't, come to these docs. They're linked on their website right here, and just click here and it'll open up the docs. Read through them yourself. I definitely recommend doing your own research. None of what I'm saying is financial advice. It's just a guide of how to use Wonderland. Okay, so we understand Wonderland. We need some time. How do we get time? Well, if you don't have a Metamask, you want to download Metamask. So come to metamask.io, click download. And it's on Firefox, Brave, and Chrome, and Edge. So make sure you're on one of those browsers. Click to install. It'll take you to the add-ons section of your browser and just add Firefox. Okay, so once you've installed it, you can just click Get Started. And if you don't have a wallet, which you probably don't if you're installing this for the first time, you just click Create Wallet. You can agree to this. You should probably read it. So you click Agree. You set a new password, so I'm just gonna do a password. Okay, and then you say I have agreed to the terms and of use. You can click agree. Okay, skip this. Now this is your secret recovery phrase. It's very important that you keep this safe and never show it to anyone. So I'm not gonna show it right now, but I'm not using this wallet for anything anyway, so it wouldn't matter if I did, but we're just gonna do remind me later. Okay, so I've got my secret recovery phrase written down. At least you should have done that. And now you have a wallet. So this is your address right here. This is your account. And you're currently on the Ethereum mainnet. Okay, so first thing we need to do is get some Avalanche token on the Avalanche network. So we can go ahead and add the Avalanche network to our MetaMask. So see how it doesn't list the Avalanche network? We have to add it as a custom RPC. What you need to do is Google Avalanche RPC MetaMask. Okay, and you're gonna click here, and this takes you to Avalanche's main website. You can scroll down and it walks you through how to do it, but it's super easy. There's no need to read this. You just scroll down to this section right here and you open up your MetaMask. You click right here up at the top where it says Ethereum mainnet. You'll come down and you'll click custom RPC. And then you'll just copy this information over to MetaMask, okay? So it's kind of annoying. It closes like this. So what you can do, custom RPC, and then you can just paste it in, but I'm just gonna type it so it doesn't keep closing on me. There's a way to expand it, but I'm not gonna figure out how to do that right now. Just type it in for now, C/RPC 43114. AVAX, that's the native currency of Avalanche, and then this is the block explorer, snowtrace.io. Okay, and then you'll just click save. And now you'll see up here it says Avalanche network, and you can switch back to the Ethereum mainnet and all your assets that you had there will still be there, and then you come down and switch to Avalanche. Okay, so now we have Avalanche on our MetaMask. What's the next step? Well, now we need to fund it with some Avalanche tokens. Okay, the easiest way to do that is to use KuCoin. If you've already set up on Coinbase or some other exchange that sells Avalanche, you can use that, but it's a little more complicated. But KuCoin is one of the easiest because it allows you to transfer it directly into your MetaMask Avalanche wallet. So you're going to need to open an account on KuCoin, and you're going to have to fund it from your bank account or use your credit card and purchase the token AVAX. That's AVAX, okay? This token right here. Once you've purchased that, you'll go to KuCoin and you'll transfer it to this address. So copy this address, paste it into KuCoin, and click send, and it'll transfer it here, okay? Once you've done that, this balance will no longer be zero. You'll have whatever balance of Avalanche token you've decided to purchase. Okay, now once you have your Avalanche, you'll come to this website. It's called traderjoexyz.com, and you'll come to trade. You will put in the amount of Avalanche you want to trade right here, and then down here you'll select it to bring up this menu, and you'll type in time. And this is what you want. So you want to swap your Avalanche for time. Before you do that though, it's really important. Don't use all of your Avalanche. Leave like 0.1 or 0.2 in your wallet, because you need that to pay for gas fees. So if you have zero Avalanche, you'll be stuck and you can't use your time. You can't transfer anywhere because you don't have AVAX to pay for the gas fees. So it's very important that you leave, at least 0.1, I would say, of AVAX. So don't use all your AVAX, but swap all your AVAX except for 0.1 for time. So let's say I had 1.1 AVAX, I would swap one of it for time, and then I would connect my wallet, I would approve the transaction, and I would wait for it to go through. After a certain period of time, it's gonna update my AVAX amount, so it's gonna reduce it by 1 in this case, and then it's gonna add time to my wallet. You might not see your time directly, but don't worry, you can get that really easily. So if you just go to Avalanche scan, you type that in, and then you click here, and you can just type in time, and then hit enter. And this is gonna bring up the official time token. So right here, you wanna do this one right here, and you'll click on it, and then you'll copy this address, and you'll come up to MetaMask, you'll do import token, and paste the contract address. As you can see, it auto-filled the symbol and the decimals, so you can add custom token. Okay, so now after you've added that token, you come back to the main menu, go to assets, and you'll see time right here, and you should have a value because you just transferred some of your AVAX into time. Awesome, so you're almost done. The final step is you come back to Wonderland, enter the app, and then you come to the stake section right here. And this is where the countdown for the next rebase is, the APY, all that information. You'll click connect wallet, so you'll connect your wallet. Once you've connected your wallet, this screen will appear, and you'll come up here and you'll just click max. Okay, so right now I have 0 time token, so that's why it's saying 0. But for you, after you click max, it should say something. There should be a value in here somewhere, something like that. And then you'll have to click approve. This is the first transaction, and it'll bring a pop-up on MetaMask. You'll have to click yes. But after that, don't worry if you don't see anything coming up here. You have to do it a second time. So then after you've approved this button, you might have to refresh the page. This button will no longer say approve, it will say stake. Okay, so then you'll hit max again and you'll hit stake, and that will bring up another MetaMask pop-up, and you'll approve it again for the second time. After that is done pending, you should see this balance be 0, and this balance should be the exact same amount of MEMO as you had time. So let's say I had 1 time. After I clicked stake, so I clicked approve, then I clicked stake, this would be 1, and this time would be 0. So MEMO is just a receipt that says I've staked X amount of time, okay? Which is great. So now you have your MEMO and you're staking. That's all you need to do. You're taking advantage of this 77,000 APY, every 8 hours, you will get this percentage back on your investment. And you can see over a 5-day period, you'll make 9.5%. So if you invest $100, you'll get $9.50 back on your investment at the end of a 5-day period, which is insane. Okay, so you're technically done. You can stop here if you want, but there's another step you can take to maximize your gains even more. And that is to come to abracadabra money. Okay, this is another website run by the same group of people that did Wonderland, so it integrates really well with Wonderland. You'll switch your network to the Avalanche network and connect your wallet. Okay, after it's connected, you'll come down here to the borrow tab and you'll click borrow. And then you'll come down here to wrapped memo. So at this point, you will have memo without the W. So you'll have memo because you got memo back after you staked your time. So if you look in your wallet, you'll see memo. And if you don't see it, do the same thing you did to add time. Just go to the block explorer and type in memo and then copy and paste that address into Metamask. So I'm just waiting for it to load here. You'll hit this memories right here, wonderland.money, click it again like you did with time and copy that address. Okay, so copy this right here, come to your MetaMask. You can click, I'm gonna have to click this just to open it up because it's kind of blocking the thing I need to click. So I'll click that, remind me later. Now click import tokens and copy that, paste it right there. You'll see memo, add custom token, import tokens. So now you have memo. So now you should have 3 things in your wallet: memo, time, and AVAX. You shouldn't have any time. You'll have whatever AVAX left over, and then you'll have some memo. So you'll come back to abracadabra.money, and you'll click borrow. Once again, come to the borrow tab, click wMEMO right here, and then click wrap, and then put in however much memo you have, put in the max, and then click wrap. Right now it says do nothing because I don't have any, but yours will say wrap. So click wrap. After that's done, you'll have 0 memo, but you'll have some wrapped memo. So if you want to search for that, you can do that too, just to add it, so you can see what's in your wallet. So you'll have wrapped memo, same thing, yada yada. Click it, download, copy the token, and put it in MetaMask. Okay. So we're here. We're going to do this later. Import a token. Import wrapped memo. Okay, so now you'll have wrapped memo, memo, time, and AVAX. Cool, come back here. So at this point, your value of wrapped memo should be greater than 0. It should be whatever memo you had. And then you can come down here and you can put in that amount of memo. So put in the amount of wrapped memo that you have. And what you're gonna do is borrow MEM, which is magic internet money, with your wrapped memo as collateral. So you'll put in how much you want to borrow, come to custom and probably do like 10%, and then you will click here to borrow and it will have you approve it, and then you'll borrow it. And after you've done that, you will now have MEM, which you can go add by the same thing. Type in MEM, look it up, add it to MetaMask if it doesn't auto add. Okay, so one other important thing to mention is that MEM has a limited supply. So you can see at this exact moment, there's 539.49 MEM available to borrow. So I can borrow up to that. If I try to borrow more, it'll fail. And sometimes this number is 0. Sometimes it's a lot more than this. It just fluctuates. So you can only do this if the MEMs left to borrow is greater than the number that you need to borrow. Okay, so with that in mind, if there was enough MEM, it should have worked, and you should have MEM now. So you can add MEM to your wallet, and you should see a value for MEM. Okay, so what do you do with MEM? Well, it's a stable coin. You can really do whatever you want with it. You could withdraw it into USD, start a company, make a ton of money, come back, pay this loan if you wanted to. Or you can take it into any other DeFi application that supports MEM. You can put it in there. You can get APY on it. You can get interest rate. You can get rewards from it. But because we're using time, why don't we just buy more time? Because we're already bullish on it, we're investing in it, so why don't we just invest more? So what you can do with your MEM is you can come back to Trader Joe's and you can use MEM right here. You can put in however much MEMO you have, and you can convert it to time. Now you have even more time. So now you can take your time, go back to Wonderland, put in max, and this will be however much time you have, and then click stake, and you'll add that to the amount of time that you're staking. Once again, you'll get back MEMO. What do we do with that MEMO? Well, why not put it back in Abracadabra? So we go back to Abracadabra, we wrap our new MEMO that we just got from our second staking. Now we have more wrapped MEMO. What do we do with that? Well, there's a few things. You can just hold on to it, or you can put it down as extra collateral, which will decrease your liquidation price, which is a great thing. I didn't mention that before, but the reason we did 11% here instead of something crazy like 25, 50 is because we want our liquidation price to be as low as possible. So if you want to add your wrapped MEMO and increase the collateral and over collateralize your loan even more, you can put in however much wrapped MEMO you have, but instead of having it auto fill with the amount of MEM, you can borrow with that. So instead of having anything, just put 0 here for MEM. And now instead of saying borrow, this button will say add collateral or something. And so you can just click that, and it won't give you any extra MEM, but you'll see your mana bar fill, and you'll see your liquidation price drop because you've added more collateral. And at this point, you're pretty much done. You don't have to do anything extra. What you have is basically just wrapped MEMO that's deposited as collateral into abracadabra.money. That's all you have left over. So you should see 0 for time, you should see 0 for MEMO, you should see 0 for wrapped MEMO. That's perfect. It should be 0 for all of these tokens. So you're probably wondering, okay, how do I track how my money's doing? How do I see my money? That's where you go to Zapper. So go to Zapper DeFi. I think it's called Zapper.fi, but yep, Zapper.fi. You can connect your wallet. Once again, use Metamask, next, connect. And it will take you to this dashboard where you can see all of your investments. So make sure you're on dashboard and portfolio. Because my Metamask doesn't have any assets on it, it's empty. But for you, there should be a little card here that says abracadabra.money, and you can click on it, and it will show you how much money you have in Abracadabra, how much collateral you have deposited in there, how much debt you've borrowed from Abracadabra. And this is even cooler than any other tool I've seen, because you can click on these cards if they were here. Like I said, they're not for me because I don't have any money deposited, but if you did have money, you can click on the card and it will open up and it will show you how much time, how much MEMO, and how much wrapped MEMO you have invested, and the dollar values of everything. And you can use this to track it. So definitely use this, because a lot of people are kind of concerned about, oh, I can't see my MEMO, I can't see my time, and a lot of people like to track, from this page right here. These will all be 0 after you've done all this with the wrapped MEMO and everything. So Zapper is what you want to use so you can keep track your money. At this point, you just sit back, and every 8 hours you'll get a rebase, and your wrapped MEMO will increase in value. Okay, so this is very important. Don't be concerned about this. So after a rebase, if you're all excited and you go and check and you look at Zapper, your wrapped MEMO won't increase. So if you have one wrapped MEMO before the rebase, after the rebase, you will still have one wrapped MEMO. You'll still have one wrapped MEMO, okay? Which is fine, that's how it's supposed to work. But your one wrapped MEMO will be worth more. And when you go to unwrap it, you'll be given back more MEMO. So that's not anything to be concerned about. All right, I tried to make this super fast. Just a brief overview of all the tools you have to use and how to stake your time, how to convert it to wrapped MEMO, how to use that wrapped MEMO as collateral in Abracadabra, how to stake extra time by converting that magic internet money to time and then staking it and then putting down more collateral to reduce your liquidation price. So we covered a lot in this video. If you're confused about anything, drop a comment. Feel free to reach out and contact me, but I've been seeing a ton of questions that have to do with wrapping MEMO and all this stuff in the Discord, so I just wanted to make this video to help some people out. All right, take care. Have a great rest of your day.